I believe that higher education, as you believe, is one of the best investments that anybody can make in their future. We're trying to make sure that across the board, more and more young people can afford to go to college, and then afterwards aren't so burdened with debt that you can't do anything else.
Students graduate from high school looking forward to going to the college of their dreams. But many families are unaware of how much money it costs to attend.
So the reason that you're seeing the cost of higher education increase at a rate that is faster than the rate of inflation. So you would expect the cost of college to go up by inflation because it costs more to buy a bag of bread, it costs more to do everything that we do by 1 or 2% a year in recent years. If you go back a long time, that was more like 8 or 10% per year, but that doesn't exist anymore. But the cost of higher education is increasing by more than inflation. So why is that? A lot of people would like to tell you that it's about extravagances. It's because we think we need 52-foot climbing walls and Olympic-sized swimming pools and lazy rivers, and it's just not, that's not the case. There is a direct mathematical correlation, once you adjust for inflation, between the amount of state support that universities provide and the tuition. The other point that I would make is that there is a huge differentiation in terms of the cost of college, if we just want to talk about sticker price, between a private institution, a for-profit institution, and a large public like Texas State. One of the reasons that I am so enamored with the large public university model is that I firmly believe it's the right way for us as a country to address the fact that we need a lot more college graduates in the future than we currently produce today. And so when you look at those three groups, the average cost of a private university is somewhere north of $30,000 per year. The average cost of a for-profit institution is somewhere north of $15,000 a year. And the average cost of a large four-year public university is somewhere below $10,000 a year. So there's just a huge differentiation there when we talk about the price. And then obviously there's regional differences. Some parts of the country are less expensive than others. It just so happens that the South and the Southwest are amongst the cheapest places to go get an education. So I think you have to factor all those things in when you talk about the price of education.
Attending a public university as an in-state student is still the most affordable four-year college option on average.
So families frequently don't think about what we call cost of attendance as opposed to just tuition and fees or even room and board. So when you go out to the net cost calculators, which are now required by law to be on every university's website, what it's going to talk to you about is cost of attendance. And I wish we could get more families, with some knowledge about that so they could use those calculators, because there are things like books, like transportation costs, right? You have to get around, especially for many of our students who may work outside of the university. And whether or not you live on campus, you still have to pay for some place to live and you have to pay for your food. So all of those things go into the cost of attendance. Most undergraduate degrees take about 120 hours to complete. Okay? 4 years gives you 8 semesters. It's not really complex math. You need to take 15 hours per semester in order to complete 120 in 4 years. That doesn't happen nearly enough.
So I have $2,500 covered in loans, and that leaves about $6,000 covered for my parents paying tuition.
I pay around $6,000, $5,500 a semester.
I pay $20,000.
The Pell Grant program, the federal government's program that many students around the country need in order to be able to afford to come to college, defines full-time as 12 hours. And so a lot of people misconstrue that to mean that 12 hours is the definition of full-time. It couldn't be further from the truth. 15 hours needs to be the definition of full-time.
So this isn't a short-term phenomenon. College costs are soaring, but the question is why?